So, Michael, you were name-checked by a panel tonight. How does it feel to be a hero of fintech?
A hero of fintech. Well, I guess we're honored. The Currency Cloud, myself, we've been hard at work for a couple of years with a message of looking at the world of finance and banking differently. I guess if trying to make prices transparent and make things easier to use is heroic, then we're heroes. I would say that it's been always not easy. Also, the fact that such a comment comes from Barclays Bank, and with Barclays and Silicon Valley Bank on the dais, that's a wonderful thing, because the banks themselves recognize not that firms like us are disruptors, but that we have something to say about how financial services should be delivered and constructed and provided to people to make their lives easier, to bring their costs down, to increase their access. So to me, I think the hero comment, whatever that is, and I guess we'll accept that. If they're going to call us a hero, we'll think of ourselves as a hero. Not sure we think of ourselves as massively heroic. But the idea that comes from banks, and that the banks recognize that there's a different way to look at the world of the services they provide, that itself is what's really gratifying about the whole thing.
And are you seeing that as a bit of a change, that banks are starting to look at things differently in that way?
So I think, well, listen, you've got it on the table, you've got it here, and we certainly spend a lot of time, certainly with Silicon Valley Bank, who have a very different way of looking at the world and are very supportive to a world of sort of disruptors, or I would say there was also one of the panel discussions that was quite good as well. I'm not quite sure who it was who said, well, do we really need banks when what we really need to do is disaggregate the whole value chain and have a lot of little startup companies do pieces of it? And so we believe in that. And I think that there was a lot of discussion on the panel about that, and I think we haven't. So what we do is we see banks recognizing that there's other segments. We work closely with Barclays in a lot of different ways, and we do some pieces of the infrastructure in the payments world. In cooperation, Barclays, we couldn't work without them, and the same will happen with Silicon Valley Bank. So I think there's a movement. The banks recognize that services will be disaggregated, individual services will be optimized, that they'll have to live in a world where customers use mobiles, where everybody's more flexible, where our requirements are more open. And yep, so I see banks, I mean, listen, the banks also have an institutional inertia that prohibits them from moving too fast, and a fiduciary responsibility to not move too fast. So that tension is always going to be there, that conservative nature of being a bank, and the ability to recognize that there's movements in the world and things are happening. So is there movement? Yes. Can it be very fast? The answer is not really.
Okay. Thank you very much, Michael. That's great. And congratulations on being named a hero of fintech.
Hero of fintech. Thank you.